Namaste, my name is Shalan Hill, and we're here in our beautiful yoga and massage studio here in Woodstock, Georgia. Welcome. Let's make our day even better by sharing some yoga together. So let's get started. So we're going to start standing today. So if you'll bring your feet together, the balls of the feet may be about an inch apart and the feet are parallel. So let's lift the toes up and feel the four corners of the feet grounded strongly to the floor with the inner arches lifted. We want to maintain that action of the feet as we press the toes back to the floor. So we keep the inner arches lifted, and then we straighten the knees out, pull the kneecaps up toward the thighs, and really ground through the feet. So legs get strong, the thighs get strong in the front, the hamstrings and calf muscles are pushing down toward the floor. Then we want to find balance in our pelvis. So let's tuck the tailbone under, pubic bone lifts, glutes are pulling back to our center line. And we want to feel the right and left hips balanced out. So you might have a tendency to squeeze one up more than the other, so try to really get them both grounded toward the floor. We pull the belly in toward the spine, lift the spine up tall. So as we lift the spine up, we want to lift the whole rib cage up also, front and back. And then let the shoulders drop down from the ears and just hang to your sides comfortably. We want to let the chin level with the floor. And maybe pull the head slightly back to bring the ears directly over the shoulders. And soften your gaze. Let's find a focal point out in front of you, right below the horizon out in front. And let's deepen our breath. We inhale, let the waistline expand. The exhale, we draw the waistline in toward the spine. Inhale, expand the waistline. Exhale, draw it in. Inhale, expand the rib cage outward. Exhale, draw it in toward your spine. We want to keep the shoulders relaxed throughout our breath and feel the expansion of our torso outward away from our spine with our inhales. The exhales, we draw it in. So a longer breath in, slower breath out. Every breath gives you another opportunity to make slight adjustments through your body to create more lift, to create more grounding, to create more strength and balance. So we feel like we have a string pulling us upward through the top of our head, and we have our feet both grounded toward the floor, pulling us down with gravity. So we have this pulling sensations on both sides of our body, really creating length throughout us. And it's a very active place that we're in right now. We're not just hanging out. All of our muscles are working to hold our position. We're standing with purpose and great power. Let's balance out the weight between both feet. So in other words, we want the legs to be working the same amount. They want to be holding the same amount of weight in both legs. Take a full breath in and a long breath out. Full breath in and a long breath out. And then we'll inhale, arms out wide and up. And have the palms facing forward. Lift the shoulders up and then let them drop down away from your ears and pull the shoulders back. So we want to create a really flat plane in our body, like we're up against a wall. Shoulders, low back, legs, head included. Inhale, really get tall in the spine. Exhale, flatten those shoulder blades against our back. Full breath in, full breath out. Maintain the action in the legs. Full breath in, exhale. Inhale, lift the arms up really high, and then exhale, bring them out wide, very slow. Extend them out through the fingertips as you drop them. And then draw the shoulders forward, up to the ears, back and down. Big shoulder circles. Just move the shoulders in full range of motion. And then relax that. Hands to the fronts of your thighs. Inhale the spine up tall. Let's just drop the chin to the chest. Keep the heart, the front of the heart lifting. We don't want to collapse in the front of the body, just letting the chin drop forward. Shoulders drop down from the ears. Deep breaths. We still feel the rib cage expanding out with your inhales and drawing in with your exhales. We want to do a complete breath in our body. Every breath, we're very conscious of our breath all through class. Let it be your touchstone. Whatever we're doing, go back to the breath. And on your next inhale, let's bring the head up slowly. Exhaling. Full breath in. Full breath out. Step the feet hip width apart. So a good 6 inches or so in between the feet. Feet are parallel still. Let's find those 4 corners of the feet by lifting the toes again, and then keep that action and press them back into the floor. Okay, legs are strong, kneecaps pull up, tuck the tailbone, belly firms in, lift the spine tall, and we'll inhale, and on our exhale we'll bend the knees. Now look down and make sure that the knees are still hip width apart. We don't want to lose our alignment there. Keep the feet, ankles, knees, and hips all in the same line on each side. Now let's tuck the tailbone under. So we flatten the low back and lift the heart up a little higher. So we bring our spine up as high as we can, but still keep the heels grounded to the floor. So we can keep our hands here on our thighs for support, or even to our hips there, if you like. Or if you want to engage the arms, we can inhale them up over the head, palms facing in together, and breathe deep. This will get the body warmed up. This is chair pose or Utkatasana. So breathe deep. The inhale, the torso expands. The exhale, the torso draws in toward the spine. Keep on breathing. Feel the length in the spine. Our sits bones, the pointy bones we sit on, are pointing down toward the floor, not out behind you. Take a full breath in, lengthen the spine. Exhale, strong legs. Push the feet even stronger to the floor. Inhale, long spine. Exhale, stronger legs. Take a full breath in, full breath out, and let's inhale, straighten the legs and arms out wide with your exhale. Expanding outward as you drop them down. Okay, shoulders forward, up, back, and down again. Good shoulder circles to loosen up any tension in the shoulders. All right, let's relax there. Keep the feet hip width apart. Let's get that action in the legs again. 4 corners of grounded into the feet. Kneecaps pull up. Hamstrings and calves are pushing down toward the floor. So we've got that opposing forces going on to create balance in the legs. The front part of the leg is lifting, the back part of the leg is dropping. Then pelvis balances, spine lifting up tall. Ground the right hand against your side, and let's inhale the left arm out to the side and up, and then off to a slight diagonal. So try to bring the upper hand right above your opposite shoulder. And then let's really ground those legs strong to the floor and lift up through that left side. We're grounding our hand, stabilizing us down to our side as we lift up through the left side. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, drop that bottom shoulder down from the ear. Inhale, lift long. Exhale, really ground that left foot to the floor. Inhale, reach out. Exhale, inhale, get longer. Exhale, take a full breath in. Exhale, one more inhale, reach, and exhale, bring your spine up tall and arm out wide and down. Shoulder rolls forward, up, back, and down. A couple of good clearing breaths. And then same thing, action in the legs. 4 corners grounded, kneecaps up, hamstrings pushing down, pelvis balanced, spine up tall, and ground your left arm to the against your side. We'll inhale the right arm out to the side and up, and then off at a slight diagonal where your hand is right over your opposite shoulder. Now we lift long through that right side, really ground that right foot to the floor especially. Bottom shoulder drops down and we lengthen up. So we don't really want to collapse too much in the spine. Keep it long, long, long and lifting. We're keeping those feet grounded. We inhale, lift, exhale, inhale, lift out long, exhale. We're in a flat plane in our body, just going off to the side slightly. Inhale, reach out, exhale, inhale, reach out, and exhale your arm out wide as you bring your spine up. Shoulder rolls forward, up, back and down. So let's bring the hands to the fronts of your thighs. Inhale the spine up tall, and we'll tuck the chin into the chest and start rolling the spine down, sliding the hands down the legs to support your low back as you draw forward to a forward bend. Now you can keep your hands to the fronts of your shins, front tops of your feet, onto yoga blocks or onto the floor, whatever feels best for you. But let's try to get a really flat, long spine. So let's inhale and look forward to flatten and lengthen the spine. And exhale, let the hardened head drop down toward your legs. Then on your inhale again, look forward and flatten and lengthen the spine. Exhale, let the hardened head drop down toward your legs again. Inhale, look forward, lengthen and flatten the spine. Exhale, let the hardened head drop forward. And let's stay here right now and walk the knees back and forth. So bend one knee as you straighten the other. We want our hands grounded to something, so your spine isn't hanging. We want that support on our hands and our feet. Okay, then straighten the legs as much as you can. Let's inhale, lengthen the spine toward the top of the head, and exhale, let the hardened head drop forward. Inhale, lengthen without coming out of your fold. Exhale, drop the head and heart forward. Now we're going to keep those hands grounded onto something, and let's lean a little bit more weight into the toes to really activate the backs of the legs. We're breathing. Keep the heels grounded. Legs are strong. Kneecaps pull up even to tighten the thighs. Tip the tailbone up toward the ceiling. Take a full breath in, long spine. Exhale, drop the head and heart down. Full breath in. Exhale, and everyone bend your knees and push strong with the legs into the floor as you tuck the chin and roll the spine up with your inhale. Exhale as your head comes up last. All right, full breath in, full breath out. And inhale your arms out wide and up, feet are hip width apart. Exhale, swan dive, bend from the hips down to the floor, ground your hands again. Inhale, look forward, flatten and lengthen the spine. Exhale, drop the head and heart down. Bend the knees slightly. Inhale, swan dive up. Look up toward your hands. Tuck the tailbone. Exhale, hands to the heart. Good. Let's do another one. Inhale, arms out wide and up. Look up to the hands. Exhale, swan dive, or you can have your hands to the fronts of your legs and roll down. Ground the hands. Inhale, look forward, flatten and lengthen the spine. Exhale, drop the head and heart down. Swan dive up. Inhale, flatten the back and lift up. Use the strength of your legs. Look up to your hands. Exhale, hands to the heart. One more. Inhale, wide arms, look up to the hands. Exhale, swan dive, bend from the hips. Ground the hands to the floor. Inhale, reach forward with the spine long and straight. Exhale, round down toward your legs. Bend the legs slightly. Inhale, swan dive up. Look up to your hands, hands to your heart. Full breath in, full breath out. All right, so let's bring your feet wide apart. So a good 3.5, maybe 4 feet wide. And let's turn the left foot out at 90 degrees and turn the right foot in about 20 degrees. Okay, so the feet are on the same plane, right up against the wall, in other words. And we'll hands to your hips and balance your pelvis out. We have a tendency to shift that back hip up a little bit, so really get them balanced and level. And then we're going to do triangle pose. So keep the spine really tall and flat and straight. Our bend comes from our hip. Okay, so we'll inhale the arms out really wide, right at shoulder level. We'll reach out toward the left arm as far as you can, then drop that left arm down to the leg, wherever it feels good, right under the shoulder. Okay, we want to just kind of windmill it down right directly under our shoulder. You can have your hand on a yoga brick too if you like. We want our hand on our leg anywhere that's comfortable, but not directly on the kneecap. Okay, so then our right shoulder we pull back. So we have a flat plane in our chest. The heart is facing straight out in front of us. We're trying to create a straight long line from hand to hand. Straighten the legs as much as you can. You can keep this front knee bent a little bit, but straighten them as much as you can and pull the kneecaps up to activate the legs and rotate the knees out to the sides. Full breath in, lengthen the spine. Exhale, let's even pull that right hip back a little bit. That'll even flatten our plane out more. Tuck the tailbone. Inhale, reach out. Exhale, you can keep looking forward, keep the neck in good alignment, or you can look up to that upper hand if that's good for your neck. But you're always in control. You only do what feels good for your body. And we start from there. Take a great breath in, great breath out. Great breath in. Everyone bend your front knee slightly, and then we'll inhale, spine up tall. Use the strength of your legs. Drop the arms. Turn both feet forward. Shoulder rolls, forward, up and back. And let's do the other side. So turn the right foot out at 90 degrees, left foot in at 20 degrees. So we want that back heel out further to the side than our toes. Okay, hands to your hips to balance the pelvis out. That's an important aspect. Belly pulls in, tailbone tucks under, and then we'll inhale, arms out wide, and reach out to the right, bending from the hip as far as you can comfortably, and then windmill that bottom arm down to the leg, directly under your shoulder, and inhale the top arm up toward the ceiling. Straight line from hand to hand. Want to pull that left shoulder back so the heart faces straight forward out in front of you, and pull that left hip back. So we're creating a flat plane in our body like we're up against a wall. We're pushing strong with our feet. Kneecaps are pulling up, rotating the kneecaps out to the side, and pushing our bottom hand down into our leg as we lift out through the top hand. Spine really tall and flat. Neck in good alignment, and you can even look up towards your hand if that feels good. Full breath in, full breath out. The strength of your legs really creates this posture. It really creates the length in the spine. So really use the muscles of the legs to push into the ground, kneecaps up and rotating out with the knees. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. Everyone bend your knee slightly, that front knee, and inhale the spine up slowly. Exhale the arms down, turning the feet forward, shoulders forward, up, back, and down. Great breath in, great breath out. Feeling good. All right, so legs stay wide, feet are parallel with each other. Let's lift the toes and ground all the four corners of the feet again. Action in the legs, kneecaps are pulling up, hands to your hips. Let's inhale the spine up tall. If you need some yoga bricks in front of you on the floor, please use them. We're going to come into a wide-legged forward bend here. Inhale, spine up tall, and we'll bend from the hips. Keep the back flat. And let's bring the spine into a tabletop, so at a 90-degree angle from our legs. And I like to push my hands into the crease of my hips and push in there as I lengthen the spine out toward the top of the head. So remember the action in the legs, keep them strong. Kneecaps are pulling up and grounding the four corners of the feet, and we're actually pushing into the outsides of our feet without lifting the inside corners of our feet off the ground. Inhale, really reach out through the top of the head. Exhale, strong legs. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, take a full breath in, and now we're going to drop the hands down to the floor or onto a set of yoga bricks right under our shoulders, and tuck the chin slightly so the back of the neck is long. And we want our spine flat still. So if you're rounding the spine here, let's elevate you a little higher, either on yoga bricks or even onto a chair or a low table would be good too. We want the spine flat, flat. So let's breathe here. Full breath in, full breath out. Okay, strong legs. Again, kneecaps pull up, grounding the four corners of the feet. And let's lean a little bit more weight into our toes without lifting the heels off the ground. Full breaths here. We're doing the action with our legs. Our hands are just there for balance right now. Full breath in, full breath out. And rock back into our heels now without lifting the toes. Breathing deep. Maintain your balance. Now come back into a neutral position and step your hands forward about one hand length from where they were. So they're a little forward of your shoulders now. Now we're going to do strengthening for our legs and our shoulders and arms. So we'll inhale and rock forward to bring our torso over our hands. And the exhales, then we rock back in toward our feet and heels. Good stretch in the hamstrings. Inhale, rock forward, strong shoulders. Keep the shoulders wide. Keep them pulling apart from each other. Exhale, rock back into your feet. Inhale, rock forward, keeping the legs as straight as you can. Exhale, rocking back. And we also want to keep our belly firm into our spine as we breathe. Inhale, rock forward. Exhale, rock back. Inhale, rock forward. Strong shoulders. Exhale, rock back. Strong legs, strong and long. Inhale, rock forward. Exhale, rock back. Inhale, rock forward. You can lift the heels off the ground a little bit when you rock forward. Exhale, ground those heels and rock your hips back. Take one more breath here, rocking. Exhale, back. And now come into your neutral position, hands right under your shoulders. We'll inhale the spine long, and exhale, drop it down as far as it wants to go. Head going toward the floor. Fingertips are still facing in the same direction as your toes, and start walking the hands underneath you, in between your feet, to draw your head down toward the ground. Now we want to keep a pretty flat, straight back. If your spine is really rounded up, then we've compromised the alignment of our spine, and we're not really benefiting us as much as we want to. So we want to keep the spine really flat and long, and then draw us down from there. So that means we're keeping the stretch in the hamstrings and backs of the legs mostly, not in the spine so much. Take a full breath in. Exhale. We're still affecting the back of our spine, but we're not compromising the alignment of it. Inhale, spine long. Exhale, gently pull yourself down as far as feels good. Legs are strong, long, and active. Take a full breath in. Exhale, and let's bring the hands back directly under your shoulders again. Bend the knees slightly, and we'll inhale, spine up strong with strong legs, and let's walk the feet in. Shake them out a little bit to loosen up the muscles in the legs. They were really working strong. And then let's roll the shoulders forward, up and back. All right, so here, let's bring the feet hip width apart again, grounding the four corners of the feet by lifting the toes. Press them back to the ground, kneecaps strong. Hamstrings pulling down toward the ground, pelvis balanced. And we'll bring the hands behind you, clasping the fingers behind you, and we'll push the arms down long behind us. So as we do that, we're pulling the belly in and lifting the heart up high like we have a string pulling us up here, and just tucking the chin in comfortably. We want to keep that tailbone tucked under. We don't want to bow the low back too much. We inhale, lift the heart. Exhale, draw the arms down. Inhale, lift the heart. Exhale, draw the arms down, and we may even want to push the hips forward slightly. Legs are really strong. Inhale, lift the heart. Exhale, arms down. We're widening the chest, the heart space in the front of our body. Inhale, lift the heart. Exhale, back bend, slight back bend. Inhale deeply. Exhale, and let's bring the spine up slowly. With your inhales, exhale, release the hands, and we'll walk the feet out. Shake the hands and some shoulder rolls one at a time. And we'll get some good movement in the thoracic spine here. And relax that. You'll come to the wall, and let's just place our right hand on the wall first, where we have a slight bend in the elbow, and feet are right underneath your body. Okay, so then let's take the outside foot, the left foot, and grab the ankle. If you can't grab your ankle, use a strap around your ankle and hold it there. Okay, so when we're here, we want the knee pointing straight down toward the floor, and foot is right behind our hip. All right, so we'll lift the spine up tall. We get that right leg really strong, kneecap pulling up and grounding the four corners of the feet. And then we'll inhale the spine tall, and exhale, squeeze the glutes on that left side and push the knees straight back. Inhale, lift the heart. Exhale, push the knees straight back. Inhale, lift the heart. Exhale, push the knees straight back. So we're getting a good stretch in our quad here. Good stretch in the hip flexors also. Maybe even into the belly you may feel it. A slight back bend. Now, only if it feels good, you can bring the hand to the inside of the foot with the fingertips facing out to the side, and you can keep the spine up tall, but kick the leg back, strong leg, and lengthen out that leg behind you. Shoulders down from the ears, and we can use that wall for support if we need to. A half bow pose here, dancer's pose. Inhale, reach out, kick back with that leg. Exhale, widening the shoulder, let the shoulder relax. Inhale, kick back with the leg. Exhale, take a full breath in, full breath out, inhaling, and exhale, slowly release. Okay, both feet to the ground. Let's walk the feet out, shake them out a bit. Release the tension from the legs. Shake out the hands and arms, and shoulder rolls one at a time again. All right, so other side. So we bring the left hand to the wall, elbow bent slightly, and our feet are right underneath us. So then we'll bring the outside foot, the right foot behind us, grab the ankle. Kneecap is pointing straight down toward the floor. Our supporting leg is strong and active and grounded. Lift the spine tall. Exhale, squeeze the glutes on that right side and push the knees straight back to create a good stretch in the quads, the fronts of the thigh. Inhale, lift the heart. Exhale, push the knee back. Inhale, lift the heart. Exhale, push the knee back. Drop the shoulders down. If it feels good to progress a little further, we'll bring the hand to the inside of the foot, fingertips facing out to the side, and we'll kick back with that back leg and lift it as high as feels good for our bodies. Leaning forward gently. Bottom leg is strong. Inhale, lift the heart. Exhale, kick back with that back leg. Take a full breath in, full breath out, full breath in, full breath out. Take one more breath here, really opening the front line of the body. Exhale, and let's slowly release the leg down, spine up tall, both feet to the floor. Walk the feet out, shake them out, shake the arms out, shoulders forward, up, back, and down. All right, so relax that, and we're going to come down to the floor. All right, so come to your hands and knees on your mat. your hands are directly under your shoulders and your knees are directly under your hips. So in other words, 2 fist widths in between your knees there. Spread the fingertips, flatten the palms to the ground, and let's find some firmnesses in the body. The belly wants to firm into the spine so our low back doesn't sag. And our shoulders want to widen. We pull the shoulders apart from each other, and that lifts the spine up to where we create a flat back in the upper back too. And chin tucks under to lengthen the back of the neck. So we want to maintain all this action in our body as we do a cat and cow. Inhale the head and hips up as we let the spine drop toward the ground. And exhale, tuck the head and hips under as you reach the spine up. Inhale, head up. Exhale, head under. Inhale, head up. Exhale, head under. Keep the shoulders wide. Keep the arms straight. And keep the belly firm to the spine. Inhale, head up. Exhale, head under. Just go at a pace that's comfortable for you today. We're creating a lovely semicircle with our spine, both directions. So try to feel that balance in the spine. You want to accentuate the parts that don't bend as easily. Try to bring more stretch into those spaces. And maybe the ones that hyperextend, we don't bring as much stretch there. Try to balance it out. Okay, inhale your head up and hold the breath in. Lift the heart high, push the shoulders down and swallow. Exhale all the air out, hold it out. Tuck the head and hips under. Really stretch the spine up and widen the shoulder blades. Inhale, come back to neutral. Exhale. Full breath in. Full breath out. All right. So if you will then bring the big toes together and sit back onto the heels. Now if there's discomfort in the ankles, we'll want to put a pillow under the ankles and keep the toes to the floor. Or if there's discomfort in the knees, you can try to put pillows under the knees for cushion there, or to not have the knees bend as much, so we would want to elevate the hips either on yoga bricks in between our feet or pillows to sit on right there on top of your heels. So it can really make a big difference. So please use your supports as your body needs them. So let's ground the hands to the thighs, tuck the tailbone under so that the low back flattens out, and lift the heart high and shoulders drop down and back. So we want to create a long straight spine. So chin levels, back of the neck is long also. And let's breathe here. We want to exaggerate our breath into bellows breath. So we inhale, really balloon out the belly. Exhale, squeeze it in strong. Inhale, balloon out the belly. Exhale, squeeze it in strong. Now if you're on your 3 heavy days of your period, this is not a great breath to do. You want to just keep an easy breath going. Or if you might be pregnant, keep an easy breath. Otherwise, we're wanting to really stimulate the digestion, so really expand with our inhale and really squeeze in with our exhale. We're also strengthening our abdominal muscles also. But even just this position that we're in really helps our digestion. All right, ease your breath up. Take about 2 breaths here, real soft and easy, just to observe your body and how it feels right now, what that breath and pose did for you or is doing for you. So if you need to give yourself more supports, please do so, because we're going to be here for just a moment. Or if you need to just get out of this position and sit down onto the floor into a cross-legged position, that's totally fine. So let's bring the left arm out to the side, palm facing up, and really rotate the shoulder back toward the back wall behind you. Shoulder drops down from the ear and reach out through the fingertip and really pull the belly in. So low back is straight and long, and let's breathe here. So we feel our spine really strong and long and our left arm really strong and long. So breathe here, enjoying the stretch in the arm as you rotate it back and extend through the fingers. This creates a lot of core strength here, as well as a deep arm stretch in the front line of our arm. You'll feel it there. And also creates strength in the arm and shoulder girdle. Take a deep breath in, deep breath out, deep breath in, and now let's turn the palm facing down with our thumb facing forward, and then even point that thumb down toward the ground. And really rotate the shoulder forward, and let's bring that arm back behind you and bend the elbow. So we bring the hand up the back as far as feels good with our palm facing out. And it's not that we're forcing or anything, we're just bringing it up as high as feels good. And then we breathe here. And we look down to our shoulder and notice that there's a crease here, and we want to try to pull that shoulder back to open up the chest here. So we pull the elbow back to create that motion also. And we're breathing. And make sure that you're not bowing your low back. We want to keep the belly in. Full breath in, lift the heart. Exhale, shoulder back. Full breath in, lift the heart. Keep that hand wide behind you. Take a full breath in. Exhale, and let's slowly release that arm down to the floor. And then rest your hands to your thighs, relax your shoulders, and get comfortable. And maybe even close your eyes for a moment and really feel your body. Notice the differences between the right and left shoulder, and the elbows, and the hands. Are any sensational differences you feel between the right and left hemispheres of your body? And let's do the other side. So right arm extends out, straight out from your shoulder, palm facing up. We're rotating even the shoulder back toward the wall behind us. Shoulders drop down from the ears, reach out through the fingertips and pull the belly in so our low back is straight. And breathe here. We feel our core strong. We feel our arms strong and long and stretching. Make sure your jaw is soft. We're not clenching the jaw. Our breath is full and long. Full breath in, full breath out. Okay, turn the palm down toward the floor, thumb facing forward. Then point the thumb down toward the ground. And then we'll bend that elbow, bend the arm back behind us, bend the elbow, palm is facing out behind you. Okay, so then we bringing that hand up as high up against the back as you can comfortably. And then we want to look down to our shoulder and want to try to smooth out that crease in the front of the shoulder. So we pull that shoulder back, pull the elbow back, and really get our low back really long. And breathing here. Opening up the front of the shoulder, creating internal rotation in the shoulder joint. Deep breaths. Our breaths always help us expand where we're wanting to stretch and lengthen, and it always helps us strengthen where we want to strengthen. So our breath is the most incredible tool for us, for our own self-healing and self-awareness. Take a full breath in. It's a beautiful gift. Exhale. Full breath in. Pull that shoulder back, and we'll release that shoulder and arm down toward the floor, and then let's shake it out a little bit. Some shoulder rolls forward, up and back, and then ground the hands to the thighs once more, maybe closing your eyes to really feel and observe your body and what sensations you feel between right and left hemispheres. between right and left arms, shoulders, elbows, hands. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. So if you'll lean forward to your hands or even your elbows, and let's circle out the ankles well. Give them a break because they were there for a while. Let's really open up the ankles. And then circle the other way. And then gently tap the tops of the feet onto the ground. Very tops of the feet, not the toes, but the tops of the feet. Wake them up a little bit. And then stand on your elbows and just drop your hips to the ground. So we'll come into Sphinx pose. So the elbows are right under your shoulders and palms of the hands are out, straight out from your elbows to the ground. Feet are hip width apart, tops of the feet to the floor. And we push the pubic bone into the floor as we roll the tailbone down toward the feet. So we have a tilting of the pelvis backwards. Okay, and that creates a long low back, so that keeps it safe and comfortable. Then we want to roll the pinky toes toward the ground. That activates the thighs to get them really straight and strong. And then pull the belly in toward the spine and lift the heart up high. So we're zipping up the front line of our body. We push the shoulders down into our elbows as we lift the neck up from the shoulders. Breathing deeply. So we're leading up with the very crown of the head. We're not really lifting our chin up right now. The chin is level with the floor. And hold the actions of the body. So the legs are still strong, rotating out. The pelvis is still tucking. Keeping the low back long and lifting the heart so shoulders are really strong. So we've got a lot to think about in this position. And let's breathe deep, full breaths into the torso. Really opening the front line of our body and strengthening our body at the same time. Great for our hip flexors on the front of our hips, great for our abdominal muscles, and even opening our heart space. You can even dig the elbows into the ground and push them back towards your feet as you push the heart forward, and that deepens the stretch in the belly. Breathe in deeply, but don't collapse at the shoulders. Keep the shoulders pushing down and spine lifting. Full breath in, full breath out, full breath in, long breath out. One more breath here. And exhale. Push the hands to the ground, elbows out wide and lower the heart. Stack your hands here. Rest your chin or your forehead to your hands and rock your hips out. Loosen up the low back. All right, so from here, we're going to do some deep breathing exercises, also deep abdominal work. So if you'll bring your feet a little bit wider than hip width apart and toes turn out to the side so the inner ankles come toward the floor. Then we keep our hands stacked in front of us, either resting the chin on your hands or your forehead on your hands, whatever's more comfortable for your neck, and really soften the body to the floor. Now, this breath is not good to do if you're on your 3 heavy days of your period or if you may be pregnant. So if those apply to you, you keep your breath easy. Otherwise, on our inhales, we really push the belly into the ground strong. The exhales are really squeeze the belly in toward our spine. Inhale, push the belly strong into the ground. Exhale, squeeze the belly strong into the spine. Just keep on breathing here, really deep. We want to keep the rest of our body relaxed. So relax those shoulders, relax the legs, relax the head and neck. So again, we're really stimulating our digestion. Really balancing it out, and we're also strengthening. We're isolating the abdominal muscles and utilizing them fully. This is a really safe way to do like your abdominal strengthening. Think about all the organs inside your abdomen that we're filling with life force and breath, and we're squeezing and wringing out. We're detoxing them. Inhale, flushing them with oxygen and blood. Exhale, squeezing them out, wringing them out. So take one more breath like this. And ease your breath up and just relax your whole body. And if you'll come lying down onto your back. Spine's really long and straight, knees are bent. And let's walk the feet out to the width of your mat. So the outside edge of your feet comes to the outside edge of your mat. And then we'll bring the arms out wide to a cross position with palms facing up. And then let's just let both knees drop off to the left. And keep our shoulders grounded to the floor. And you can even look over to the right if that feels good for your neck to create a full twist in your spine. It's a gentle twist. But let's breathe here and let the legs get heavy for a moment. And then let's create a little bit of action. So the top leg, the right one right now, we push the kneecap down away from us to lengthen the thigh, lengthen the front of the hip, and even push the knee down toward the floor slightly. Always stay in your comfort zone, but just to the edge of it. No strain or pain. Take a deep breath in, deep breath out. Inhale and soften that leg again. Just relax both of them, let them relax to the floor. And we'll firm our belly to the spine and inhale, raise the knees up to center, and then let them both drop off to the right. Let them get real heavy, heavy, heavy. Shoulders are wide, arms are against the floor. You can even look your head to the left if that feels good, to keep a good full twist in the spine right now. Let's create a little bit of action. So the top leg, the left one, let's push the kneecap down away from us to lengthen the hip joint and the thigh, and then even pushing the knee down toward the ground also. Breathe in deeply. Feel a nice stretch in the front of the thigh into the front of the hip, maybe even into the belly. Take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. And slowly release that leg. Both legs are heavy to the ground again. Very soft. Full breath in. Full breath out. Firm the belly to the spine. Raise the knees to the center. And lengthen that low back really long to the floor. And we'll pull the heels in close to the butt. Arms down to your side, palms facing down, right up next to your sides. And we'll tuck the tailbone under and really push the shoulders into the ground as we lift the heart. So we create a slight doming effect in the torso. And we'll push the feet into the ground and slowly lift the hips up as high as you can into a bridge pose. So we want the head and neck relaxed and push those shoulders flat into the ground. Arms are pushing into the ground and feet pushing strong into the ground. We use the strength of our legs to create opening in the front of the body. We inhale, lift the hips. Exhale, push the shoulders back to the floor. Release the head and neck. Full breath in, lift the hips. Exhale. Full breath in, lift, creating opening from the knees all the way to the heart space in the front of the body. Take a full breath in, Full breath out. Inhale strong and exhale, lower down slowly, one vertebra at a time. Keep the tailbone curled under until the very end when you release it to the ground. Okay, that feels lovely. So let's get that spine really long and straight. So let's rock your legs out a little bit. Shake your hands out a little bit. Bring the hands to the floor about a foot away from your hips, palms facing up. Tuck the shoulder blades under you a little bit and then rest them to the floor as well as the spine. Maybe rock your head out a little bit if that feels good. And back to center. We want to take a couple of good clearing breaths in through the nose, out through the mouth to relieve any tension from the body. Really soften your body into the ground with those exhales. And then when you're ready, ease your breath up. Very soft, easy breath. Make sure your neck is comfortable. And let your body sink into Mother Earth. Let her hold you right now. Really letting your body get heavy and relaxed. So every gentle breath that flows in and out of you is letting you let go a little bit more. And really taking this time to just recuperate and to observe and listen within. So we've been very active with our body during this time together. Now we want to give it a moment of stillness and quiet so that we can listen and observe and give thanks. Soften your arms and your hands. Soften your feet and your knees and your legs. Soften your glutes and your pelvis. Soften the low back and the belly. Let your ribs spread wide into the floor. Soften your heart and your lungs. Let your throat and neck soften. And relax your head into the floor. Softening your face and your tongue and your eyes. Giving great thanks and laying here as long as it feels good for you. If you're ready, you can roll over onto your right side, bend your knees, come into a comfortable cross-legged position. Hands to your heart space if you like, into a prayer position. Take a deep breath in, fill yourself up with life force. Exhale, giving thanks. And I'm giving thanks for your presence, and enjoy the rest of your day. Thanks for spending this time with me. I've so enjoyed it. Namaste.